The desert is endless. The sun is unforgiving. And one soldier is trapped in the middle of it all, fighting for survival. Mike Stevens, a highly trained U.S. Marine sniper, is on a classified mission in North Africa with his spotter, Tommy Madison. Their target? A dangerous arms dealer surrounded by bodyguards. For hours they remain hidden, watching from a distance. Mike is ready. His crosshairs are locked on the target. One clean shot, and the mission is a success. But in that crucial moment, he hesitates. A split second of doubt is all it takes. The opportunity is lost. The target moves, disappearing from view, and the mission fails. Mike and Tommy are ordered to abort the mission and reach the extraction point, but it's not close. They must travel 50 miles across the desert, on foot. The sun is merciless. Each step sinks into the hot sand. Their canteens are half empty, and the wind carries nothing but silence. Miles of emptiness stretch in every direction. As they push forward, frustration builds. Tommy questions Mike's hesitation. Why didn't he take the shot? Mike has no answer. His mind is clouded. Self-doubt begins to creep in. Suddenly, a violent sandstorm rolls in. The wind howls, throwing sand into their faces. They cover themselves, struggling to breathe, barely able to see. When it finally settles, they've lost their sense of direction. The GPS is failing. The radio signal is weak. They are alone, but there's no time to stop. They must keep moving. Then, something glints in the sand. Mike looks down. His heart stops. He's standing on a landmine. His breath catches. His body tenses. If he moves his foot even an inch, he's dead. Tommy panics, stepping toward him. Click. An explosion rips through the air. Sand and blood fly everywhere. Tommy is killed instantly. Mike is now truly alone. One foot planted on death itself. His hands shake. His mind races. How long can he stay like this? Night falls. The desert is no longer burning hot. It is freezing. The wind cuts like a knife. The silence is deafening. Then, in the darkness, glowing eyes appear. A pack of wild desert wolves emerges from the shadows. Their growls are low, their movements cautious. They are hungry. Mike grips his rifle, firing into the air. The wolves retreat, but they don't leave. They are patient, just like him. As exhaustion takes over, his mind starts playing tricks on him. He sees his fiancée, Jenny, back home, waiting for him. He remembers the moment he proposed, the love in her eyes, the future they planned. But that future seems so far away now. Then another memory takes over, his father's voice, a man who always told him he wasn't strong enough, that he would never be a real soldier. Mike grits his teeth. He won't die like this. As dawn breaks, something strange happens. A nomadic man appears in the distance. Dressed in rags, leading a camel, the man walks toward Mike as if nothing is wrong. He doesn't seem surprised. He doesn't even seem concerned. Mike calls for help, but the old man only smiles. "The mine is not real," he says. "Fear is in your mind." Mike is confused. What does he mean? The man places a canteen of water beside Mike's foot. Then he simply walks away. Was he real, or was Mike hallucinating? As time passes, Mike's situation gets worse. His skin is burnt from the sun. His lips are cracked and bleeding. His water is gone. The wolves return, hungrier than before. This time they attack. Mike uses his last bullets to fight them off, stabbing one with his knife. Blood soaks the sand, but he survives. Barely. Desperate, he reaches for Tommy's backpack, hoping for supplies. There, he finds a flare gun. With shaking hands, he fires the bright red flare into the sky. Minutes pass. Nothing. No rescue. No hope. Mike's mind starts to collapse. He hallucinates conversations with his father, Jenny, and even Tommy. The voices taunt him, remind him of his failures. He realizes something terrifying. He's not just fighting the desert, he's fighting himself. A sandstorm sweeps in, blinding him completely. His past flashes before his eyes, his father's cruel words, his failure to take the shot, his fear. Then, in the middle of the chaos, he understands. The mine isn't real. It was never real. The only thing holding him back was fear. His body shakes as he makes the decision. He closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and lifts his foot. Nothing happens. The mine was a psychological trap. He had been standing still, paralyzed by his own mind, when all along he could have walked away. He laughs and cries at the same time, collapsing onto the sand. He is free. A new man. As the sun rises, rescue finally arrives. Soldiers find Mike, weak but alive. What would you have done in Mike's place? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more recaps.